Hi everyone! So if you noticed anything different about me, I'm wearing a baseball cap. And I just decided to wear it, just do something different, see how it works, and, it makes me seem more casual, more relaxed, I guess. Um, so, so there's that. So I'd like to get a little bit intellectual for a little bit. You know me, I love my books. I can talk about them for like every single segment for the rest of the year if I can. And I came across some statistics through this was shared on Facebook once, and it kind of outraged me a little bit. And I love literature, and I'm trying to I do like promoting intellectuality, if that's a word. I don't mean to be ironic there. But yeah, I like expressing that. I'm a college student right now. I'm taking 4 classes, and I'm taking a math class, and I just feel like I'm ready for Yale, and I am intelligent. I'll give myself that, but I'm not Yale intelligent. I'm not even Northwestern intelligent, which is like Chicago's Yale, But as for these statistics, I'd like to share them and show you, and tell you why it kind of bums me out, So let's get to it. So this first one is 33% of high school graduates never read another book the rest of their lives. And for the rest of their lives, like after graduating high school, they decide to stop reading forever. I mean, I know, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, when I was in high school, I was reading. I've always liked books, 33%, that's really small. So, I mean, it's on the positive side, I'm in the bigger percentage, which is, I guess if you want to look at the pros about it. But still, it is a small number. It's smaller than 50, I'll give it that, but still, it's just baffling, and it gets even worse too. This one is 42% of college grads never read another book after college. And that's bigger than 43. I mean, I go to community college right now, and I can get my associate's degree this fall. But even after I do graduate college, I'm still going to be reading books. I have a to-read list. I have like a few to-read lists. I keep buying books. So I know I'm going to keep reading. But honestly, it's just, why stop? Reading increases your vocabulary and your knowledge, and it's why people, I think that's why a lot of people are so stupid these days, is because they don't read fiction or something. They read their texts and stuff. I mean, I do that. I go on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I do that. You can see in my social media segment if you want. But still, while I have that, I still read. I have time to read and things like that. I read on my commutes, so that's like about an hour, and I'm in college right now, and it's so baffling, I can't believe people don't wanna be smarter, 57% of new books are not read to completion. Okay, on the bright side, at least people decide to start reading something, but what I take from that is that they get to the middle of the book and decide to put it down, But I don't think you should, if you stop, at least keep the book so you can get back to it, That's all I can say about that one. I can't even read this one without shuddering. 70% of U.S. adults have not been in a bookstore in the last 5 years. That's a lot, too. So, it's like, what, 30% of people are still going to bookstores? Does anyone remember Borders? I loved Borders. I went there like every week when they were having all those store closing sales. Barnes & Noble is my store now. I go there like every month, sometimes even twice a month. And, so there's this bookstore, there's this local bookstore, it's called The Book Table, and they say they've been fiercely independent since 2003. So that was at least 11 years ago, and they're still in business. They're, you know, I haven't heard any word of them closing or anything like that. But, so I do know that some bookstores are still remaining strong. But people, oh my god, people should really go back to bookstores. I love bookstores, you know? And I just, these are making me really speechless. It's like, I don't even know what to say. It's just so, it's like an outrage, basically. It's at least outraging me. I don't want to say it. Go to bookstores. They're open. They're open for business. Just go. They're right there. Go to Barnes & Noble. Go online. If you live in Chicago, go to the book table. I'll tell you where it is if you want to go. And I mean, yeah. 80% of U.S. families did not buy or read a book last year. I mean, this is families we're talking about. Moms, dads, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Ever heard of quality time? You know, take a classic book or something like that and read it to your family. Teach your kids to be intellectual. That's what I'm doing. I'm an uncle, by the way. My niece is going to be 7 in a week. And I want to teach her about the importance of intelligence, and I want to pass down my knowledge of things to her, you know, and I want to get her to read at least one Jane Austen book, or F. Scott Fitzgerald or something like that. And I mean, when I have a family, I'm not going to stop reading my books. I'm going to read to my kids. I'm going to read to my grandkids in about 50 or 60 years or something like that, if I ever have any. And I'm going to do what I can to promote literature in my family or to people I know. The more a child reads, the more likely they are able to understand the emotions of others. That is self-explanatory. I mean, the more likely they're able to understand emotions. I mean, that's how you connect with people. If you see someone in a library reading The Great Gatsby and they seem sad, you would know why if you've read The Great Gatsby, for example. Or, you know, you can understand why people feel what they feel, you know, if you just read, and you'll be able to understand, because if you read a book and you sympathize with the characters in the book, whether you feel happy for them in some parts or feel sad for them, or if they're the villain, you know, you can hate them. You can hate them all you want, and you can, if you relate those feelings to feelings in society, you'll be able to understand their emotions. There, I just said it. That's how self-explanatory it is. I feel like I didn't have to explain it, but it's outrageous. If you read a book and understand the emotions of your characters, you'll be able to understand the emotions of others if the circumstances are similar, or if they deal with similar events. Even if it's nonfiction, like if you read a memoir, if you read a biography, something even nonfiction, you can still feel those, you still have empathy and sympathize with other people. I mean, come on. Reading 1 hour per day in your chosen field will make you an international expert in 7 years. Okay, so there's this YouTube channel I subscribe to. I don't know if you can find it. It's called Peruse Project, and there's this girl named Regan. And Regan, if you're watching this, you're my girl. I love your videos. And for any college students watching, you'll like this, because she gave a video on how to balance your reading time when you're in college. And I'll leave a link down there in the description, because you should see it. It's really insightful. What I could say for this is that, you know, okay, it says in your chosen field. Honestly, I don't think I get what they mean by that, but that ties with the more a child reads, the more likely they are to understand the emotions of others. Because if you keep reading, you know, it increases your vocabulary, it increases your knowledge, it even increases your knowledge of history, if you're reading a history book or something like that. And if you keep reading, people will go to you for advice. You'll be smarter. You want to be smarter? Then read. And that was clever. You can quote me on that too. If you ever want to create a quote of what I said, you can use that. But you'll be wiser, and you'll be smarter. You'll be intellectual. That's the whole point of this segment. It's trying to promote, to be intellectual, and the whole thing feels self-explanatory because the numbers in these are making me speechless. It's really, really baffling. I know I said that word before, but it's the only way I can use to describe this. It's like an outrage, If you know these numbers, if you know these statistics and these facts, then please learn from them. I'll post the same numbers and things all down in the description. I'll post Regan's video, and just look at those and focus on those and see what you can learn from that. Believe me. Okay, if that's a side you've never seen of me before, I apologize. It's just when people talk about the negative side of literature, then I'm just so outspoken about it. I go to bookstore. I read when I was in high school. I read in college. I'm going to keep reading after I graduate college. See, so this side of me, you'll probably see more of it later on as Project 52 goes on. So yeah, just look at the numbers and do what you can to promote the importance of literature, whether it's fiction or non-fiction, just books in general. Just do what you can to promote them and share your knowledge. And if you read more, you'll be smarter, and yeah. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.